everyone, welcome to Photoplay's YouTube channel and welcome back to Tuesdays with Tina. I have some fun projects to share with you. We're creating some 5-minute makes. These cards are going to be quick and easy using the Yeti for Winter 12x12 collection pack. We're going to be using cut-aparts today. I love using cut-aparts when I need quick and easy cards, and what I liked about this collection is the stickers coordinated with some of the cut-aparts, and so we're going to add some dimension and layers using this collection pack. I'm also going to bring in a sheet of cardstock, the polar bear actually cardstock from the Yeti for Winter variety cardstock. I love the polar bear because of two things. One, it has a glimmery shimmer to it, and then two, it has texture. So it's great for backgrounds. So I'm going to trim down 3 background panels to put on my card bases for today. And then I'm going to throw in a few greetings from our Yeti for Winter cardstock ephemera pack. So let's jump in, pick out some pattern papers, and we're going to get started. The pattern papers that we're going to be using are the trees, which if you flip it over, it has these lovely trees. We're going to be using front and back of this one. We're going to use the mountains pattern paper. Flip over and then you have some solid. We'll be using this also. And then we're going to be using the cut apart sheet. I'm going to go ahead and trim out my cut aparts really quickly using my paper trimmer. So now we have these 4 cut-aparts that we're going to use today. Okay, we'll put these to the side. I'm going to trim down some pattern papers, and we're going to jump in with our first card. For my first quick and easy card, we have some My Colors cardstock. We have Imperial Red. This is a 2-inch wide strip, and I just made it 2 inches wide so I can mat it on this cut-apart. Okay, and then we also have an A2 panel of the white glimmer. This is actually called Polar Bear. You can see that shimmer and the texture. Hopefully you can see the texture. What we're going to do is take this pattern paper, we're going to add some adhesive behind it and tack this down to the front of our textured panel. Once this is adhered, before we add it to our card base, I am going to bring in some red gingham ribbon. I think this is going to go perfect with all of our cards today. I'm going to wrap it around this panel. This is the nice thing about having panels also, is you can add ribbon if you want. I'm just going to tie a bow at the very top. Okay, now I'm going to take this, I'm going to flip it over, we're going to add some adhesive behind here, and then we'll tack this down to the front of our card base. Now we're going to take our Christmas trees. This is a 1-inch wide panel, and I'm going to layer it. I'm going to kind of tuck under it a little bit, like so. Now we're going to take these. I'm going to add some adhesive behind here, and we're going to layer this on our Imperial Red cardstock. Just making sure this is centered. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. We're going to put some foam tape behind here. We'll tack this down. Now I'm going to bring in our sticker sheet. And there are some coordinating mountains here. What we're going to do is take our mountains, and I'm going to layer them right over the top here. I put foam tape behind here, and then I also put some powder to remove the stickiness of the sticker. And then we'll just remove the release paper, and we're going to tack this down at the very bottom of that panel. I'm also going to bring in a heart sticker, but before we do that, I'm going to bring in a white gel pen, and I'm going to add some stitching around this cut apart here. And then lastly, I'm bringing in some glaze. And I'm going to go over this little heart for a little dimension. I'm also going to go over this red piece on the house. And that finishes off quick and easy card number 1. Now we're going to jump into our next card. For my next card, we have a panel that measures 3.5 inches wide by 4 3/4. And then we also have that same polar bear cardstock that's a card front panel. First, we're going to take this. We're going to layer it on the front of our card. And then we'll take our pattern paper and layer this right over the top. I have 2 thin strips of our pattern paper. This one has the polka dots. This one is the Christmas tree, but I made sure that I didn't get any Christmas trees on it. I'm going to use some thin lines of glue, and we're going to add these across the bottom of our panel. And we'll do the same with the black one. Anything overhanging I'll trim off. And then with these 2 pieces, I thought we would crisscross them, but then I'm going to add an eyelet at the very top. So I'm going to bring in my crocodile. I'm going to punch a hole here. Okay, and this one, the red, Imperial Red, is from our My Colors cardstock also. It's the same size as our cut apart. Okay, I'm going to add a red eyelet. We'll just punch this through and secure this. I went ahead and put some red ribbon through our eyelet, and then I put foam tape behind here. Now we're going to add this right in the center. We'll tack this down, and I'll tie a bow with our ribbon. Okay, now we're bringing in our sticker sheet. And in our sticker sheet we have a cocoa cup, and you can see that it coordinates beautiful. So all you have to do is add some foam tape behind here. I'm going to remove the tackiness of the sticker with my anti-static powder. Just rub that in, and then I can remove the release paper, and then we can layer this right over our existing cup. And I love the dimension that that has. And I'm going to bring in a smaller heart for this card too. We're going to add this right to the middle of our cocoa cup. I'm going to add a little bit of glaze over our marshmallows and also our cocoa. I'm going to go over the heart too. That way I'll give it a little extra dimension. And that's quick and easy card number 2. For our next card, I have another A2 panel. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches of our polar bear cardstock. We're going to layer this on the front of our card. We'll tack this down. Now for this card, I'm going to bring in my corner rounder, and I'm going to round the corners at the very top of my card. Okay, and then we have these 2 panels. We're going to round the corners of this one. And then I have this pattern paper we're going to round the corners. And this measures 3.5 inches wide by 4 3/4. These are going to just mat together like this. So let's go ahead and do that. Just so a little bit of that red is peeking out. And I want to mention too that the Imperial Red has that same shimmer that the polar bear has. So you have that little bit of sparkle in the background. I'm going to layer this on my card base. Okay, and then we're going to use this cut apart for this card. I'm going to round the corners at the very top. Now this says December 25th, and I'm going to switch out the December 25th for a sticker. So before we do that, I'm going to bring in our red and white ribbon, And I want to tie a bow off to the left here. So we have our bow. I'm going to flip this over. We're going to put foam tape behind here, and then I'm going to layer this right in the middle of our card. After this is adhered, I'm going to bring in my white gel pen, and I'm going to go around the circle of this December 25th. Now it's time to bring in our sticker sheet. For this card, we're going to cover this up with our Yeti. I think he's going to fit perfectly in here. So let's add some foam tape behind here. And then I'll remove the tackiness of the sticker with some powder. And then we can remove the release paper and we'll just add this. This little Yeti is so cute. Now I have a little bit of that 25th sticking out over here. So that's where our sticker will come in. We'll add this up here. Okay, and then I'm also going to bring in a greeting. The greeting we're going to bring in from our ephemera pack. I'm going to use the ephemera that says just chillin'. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to put some foam tape behind here. And I'm going to tack this down in this corner where the Yeti is. For this card, we're going to bring in some liquid drops. And I'm going to go over the snowfall in the background. This is going to give me dimension. And that will finish that card. Now for my next card, I have another A2 panel of our polar bear cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to take this pattern paper and I'm going to angle it on the front here. I might have to add a little bit more adhesive, but I just want to tack this down at an angle. And then I'll flip it around. Anything overhanging I'm going to trim away. And then I'll take this and place this on the front of my card base. Now I'm going to take my cut apart and cut a 1/4 inch off the left and the right of this cut apart here. I'm cutting over the flag, and that's okay. And we'll go half over here. Okay, now I'm going to take this panel, I'm going to add some adhesive, and I'm going to tack it down to a piece of the red cardstock. We'll just tack that down, and then I'm going to take some more of our ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around the seam and tie a bow with it. Okay, and then in our sticker sheet, we have some flags. I'm going to take this flag and I'm going to add some foam tape behind here, and we're going to layer it right over the top of this one. We're going to do the same thing with the second flag that we have in our sticker sheet. So we have a little dimension to those flags. I'm going to add foam tape on the reverse side of this. And then we'll tack this down in the center of this card. Give that a nice press. I'm going to bring back my white gel pen, and I'm going to do some stitching right next to the bow here. Lastly, for this card, we're going to go over the snowfall that's on that cut apart sheet with our white drops here. And that finishes that card. So we made 4 quick and easy cards today using cut aparts and stickers that didn't take any time at all. I hope you enjoyed my projects. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a lovely day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.